Hey, Maria, back with another video. It's 5 o'clock, and it looks like my last video didn't upload because it said the file was damaged. So I'm going to try this one again. Hopefully I can remember what I said in my last video, but I was watching one of Renata's latest video, and it's called, Are You a Perp If You Say You're Targeted But Have a Job? And so I was kind of sharing some of my thoughts on that last video. Unfortunately, my video got destroyed, but basically, yeah, you are still a targeted individual if you are working the job. The thing is that the job, the workplace, is usually the main place where the target gets the harassment. It's done by your perps. The perps can be anybody. Generally, it's somebody that you're close to, probably someone that you talk to every day, or could be a relative. But it's usually someone you know, okay? That's not somebody who's random, okay? It's somebody who's probably being very two-faced and playing a double game with you. And so what they are doing is they are basically manipulating your employment, okay, for reasons that are unjustifiable, okay, by law. So yes, targets do get jobs, okay. Most targets work jobs that are beneath their skill level, things that are really of no value, have no no skill level value or skill set value, meaning that, you know, you'll get jobs that are, if you've been working in, I don't know, real estate, like you work in a real estate office for the last 20 years, you might start working in something like, I don't know, retail or something. They will do something like that. I know one girl got a job. She was working in a regular office for many years, and now she's working at the Dollar Tree, okay, just to get by. Because what these people do oftentimes, that they think that they have some sort of right to control you, and the whole program is based on control. So when I was reading the question, because the title was from a viewer who left a comment on Renata's video, and asking, you know, and it could be from a perp, which I suspect that it is, that it's from a perp who is trying to absolve themselves from the guilt of putting a TI in this program. So they're thinking, well, you know, you shouldn't be complaining because you at least have a job. Well, the thing is that many people are used to doing the kind of work that they like doing, and they have every right to do that kind of work, okay? So just working any job, really, you ask anybody, any professional person, like a person who's like a job counselor or something, they will tell you to never, ever put a person in a job where they are not completely well matched for that. Just because they can have this, they might be able to perform the duties of that job because they're basic skills or whatever, but if they don't have the passion, the drive, it's not a good benefit. It's not a good match for the employee, and it's not a good match for the employer, okay, for several reasons. So it's about basically limiting your choices. If you're used to working in something that you enjoy, then they're going to give you something that, you know, yeah, you might be paying your bills, you know, you might be able to pay your car payment, okay, but chances are, if you're somebody who deserves maybe like a job where you're going on vacations, where they're allowing you to drive the company car. I've never had a job like that, okay, but there are some targeted individuals who've had those things, who have been reduced down to basically working an office job, okay, a regular office job. So the whole thing is basically the idea is that these people are doing this to control you, okay? And one way, the main way, which is the most evil, okay, the most manipulative, the most evil way that you could ever try to gain control over another person, is by dealing with their employment, putting themselves or making choices relating to your way of living, the very foundation that you need to survive. That to me is the most evil. That's one of the reasons why it is a crime, okay, by the way. So yeah, we targeted individuals do work. Some of us deal with harassment. You know, you get the gossiping behind the back. And I will say that the gossiping behind your back would not be going on if these people were not infiltrating your space, because they come in with their preconceived ideas, their gossip, their, you know, whatever, and they stir it up. They stir it up. The probably reason why you're there is because they set you in that job in the first place, okay? So, so you get harassed a lot. Okay, you're always in a constant state of worry, fear, and depression, and like Renata said, many of us get fired for no reason. Like, I was basically alarmed by the fact that I knew I was going into a highly perped, what do you call it, hostile environment when I was working for the manufacturer company. And when I let my boss know that I was aware that this particular secretary was acting inappropriate to me, I was given no protection. As a matter of fact, I was told to basically get out of the company, So, they don't protect the rights of the target, okay? So your perps will come up with all kinds of ways to justify why they did what they did. I'm assuming, like, my stupid, retarded perps thought that I was seeing somebody else on Facebook that I haven't seen for 30 years, and they were trying to either protect my marriage that really probably was non-existent because he was married to his mom anyway, which is really weird. Whatever. Anyway, but I will first like to say that there's something wrong with narcissistic people, because number one, let's just say, for example, that was true, which obviously it wasn't, okay? It is not their responsibility to corral you, to discipline you, to try to force you to stay in a marriage. See, at the time, I didn't know anything was going on, and I was staying with my ex-husband at the time, and everything was fine at that time, I thought, okay? But still, whether I knew what was going on at that time or not, that's still my choice to leave, okay? But you get some of these people are religious fanatics, or they think that they have the right to impose their own personal views on you, and so they think, well, I'm going to make her stay in this marriage. It's none of your business. It just isn't. You know what I mean? Obviously, I had no idea that was going on in the first place, but my point is, it's not their responsibility to do this. So your perps have probably been stalking you for a very long time, and now they've gained control of your employment, which is the worst thing that could ever happen. And legally, for targeted individuals who are new to my channel, I've mentioned several times they have no legal right to do this, okay? Because there's a lot of people who are not qualified for their job who allow stalkers into the work environment, okay? Just because they're related to you by marriage or blood or anything like that, they still have no legal right to have anything to do with your employment, okay? Now, some people arrange jobs behind the scenes. I know that happens sometimes, okay? But really, it's not supposed to be happening, okay? But when they add the harassment in there, or start, making up rules as they go along as to why they believe that you should not be in this particular position. They were giving all kinds of excuses, I'm sure, okay? I'm just based on the behavior of the people. But whatever the case is, this whole targeted TI thing is based on control, okay? Is basically what I wanted to say. And it's based on so one of the biggest ways that you can control another person, the most abusive way you can control another person, is through their means of survival, their job, okay? And so, I'm the kind of person, I'm more outgoing. I like to be around other people. I'm a resourceful person. I love teaching people. I love training people. I love talking. I love all of that. That's what I'm here for, okay? My earthly existence really has very little value without what I enjoy doing. That's how I feel, okay? Because, there really isn't anything for me to care about. I don't believe in putting my faith in people. People are garbage. Obviously they are, okay? Obviously we don't want to put our faith in earthly things. Of course not, okay? But when it comes to things that bring us certain feelings of happiness, okay, those are the things that you are supposed to seek out in this world, okay? And my job was that important to me, so when I find these people that are that abusive, that intrusive, especially since I never invited them to and then they are insisting on thinking, well, she's our family, no, I don't have any responsibility to you. I don't want it. You make me sick. After the years of your stupid abuse, you guys have jealousy issues, okay? You guys are unhappy in your marriage, so you're trying to fuck my life up. I don't want your shit, okay? Anyway, I'm getting off the subject. It's about controlling, okay? And your targets are basically being harassed in the workplace. Their employment is being manipulated. They probably are working very low wages, okay, less than what they actually deserve, and they're probably not getting any benefits. Okay, some people might be getting paid in a very, very strange way, and that's very common with targeted individuals. It's not a good situation to be in, okay? And I know that these people probably have more connections than you, okay? And so they keep you isolated for a reason. They don't want you to be able to take care of yourself. Okay, so they basically control everybody that you used to know. This is how it works. Okay, but try to find people who can help you. Try going out on your own. I don't want anything from these people, and I don't think you should either. As a matter of fact, I said in my last video that got erased, that cannot be uploaded, that once you find out you're a targeted individual, I know it's a bold step, but the best thing for you to do is sever ties with everyone that you ever knew. That's just how it is, because these people will never feel any remorse for the pain that they caused you. In fact, they will probably continue to cause you more pain. There's so much information on narcissistic abuse, these cluster B type personality disorders, and all these other weird issues. I implore you to distance yourself as much as you possibly can. Yes, we do work. Okay, some of us will never return back to the workplace again, because this sort of trauma is very severe. Some people are so traumatized that they want to work, but they are unable to, because some people are that debilitated after this situation. Okay, it is very difficult when somebody is basically threatening your life on a daily basis, going into job interviews and people being weird and acting stupid, or losing jobs for things that you have no idea of. You know, that is a very traumatizing thing. Okay, it's very traumatizing, and it can cause a lot of people, it has driven a lot of people to suicide. Okay, so it's very, and with all of that, these people will never feel one bit shame about what they've done to you. The only reason why they're ashamed is because you expose them, because they are afraid of letting people know what they really are. Okay, because they get by on that little mask. Okay, wicked people. Anyway, I'm hoping that this actually uploads. Waiting for my clothes to dry. I'm doing laundry early today. It's Friday, I'm doing it today instead of tomorrow. I'm just trying to keep busy as much as I am, because I'm dealing with a lot of depression. I really am, because I feel as though, I'm not happy, going to the job that I didn't ask for. I'm tired of being isolated. I don't want to even live in this town anymore. I just want my life the way that I want it. Okay, what's good for me. Okay, I don't want to live, and I know this is what our targets, they don't want to live the way that their families or their jealous families want them to live. They don't want to be the same religion. They don't want to be in a abusive relationship, or have their sibling spouse thinking, that's the most obnoxious shit I've ever heard, thinking that they have some sort of right or whatever. Just go to hell, please. Okay, that's my choice. It's my right. Okay, and that's how I choose to live. I don't want to live like you. So wrapping up this video, I'll be back with another video some other time. Have a great one, fellow TIs.